Imagine waking up one day and realizing that a single watch on your wrist costs more than an entire city. Sounds insane, right? But in this world, there are objects so expensive, so rare, and so unbelievable that most people can't even imagine their existence. From billion-dollar homes to diamonds worth entire countries, today we're diving deep into the most expensive and unbelievable things ever created. And trust me, some of these will completely change how you see money. Because this isn't just about luxury, it's about power, status, and sometimes pure madness. Let's begin. There is a car in this world that costs more than private jets, more than mansions, and even more than some small islands. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire, priced at around $18 million. This car is not just a vehicle, it's a statement. Only one was ever made, just one. Imagine owning something that literally no one else on Earth can have. The design is inspired by a lost Bugatti from the 1930s, and its sleek black body looks like something from the future. But here's the crazy part. People don't just buy it for speed. They buy it to prove a point, that they can afford what others can't even dream of. But if you think cars are expensive, wait till you hear about houses. There's a house in the world that costs over $2 billion. Yes, billion. It's called Antilia, located in Mumbai. This isn't just a house. It's a 27-floor private skyscraper. It has helipads, a snow room, multiple swimming pools, a temple, and even a garage for 168 cars. And the most shocking part, it's owned by just one family. While millions struggle for basic shelter, one home alone could feed entire countries. It really makes you think, how much is too much? Now let's talk about something smaller, but even more shocking. A diamond, not just any diamond, the Pink Star diamond. This tiny piece of stone was sold for over $70 million. What makes it so special? Its rare pink color, its flawless clarity, and the fact that it took millions of years to form deep within the earth. When people buy diamonds like this, they're not just buying beauty, they're buying history, rarity, and exclusivity. But sometimes, people don't just spend money on luxury, they spend it on things that make absolutely no sense. There is a burger in the world that costs over $5,000. Yes, a burger. It's made with gold-covered buns, rare Wagyu beef, truffles, and luxury ingredients from around the world. But at the end of the day, it's still just food. You eat it and it's gone. Imagine spending thousands of dollars on something that disappears in minutes. Now here's where things get even crazier. There's a watch called the Graf Diamonds Hallucination. Its price, around $55 million. It's covered in over 100 carats of rare colored diamonds. But here's the twist. It doesn't even look like a watch anymore. It looks like pure jewelry. Time becomes secondary. The real purpose is to show wealth so extreme that time itself doesn't matter. And speaking of crazy spending, there's an island in the Caribbean that was sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. Private beaches, crystal clear water, complete isolation. For some people, privacy is the ultimate luxury. Imagine owning your own island where no one can reach you unless you allow it. No noise, no crowds, just you and the ocean. Sounds peaceful, but also unbelievably expensive. But not all expensive things are about comfort. Now here's something even more unexpected. Shoes. Yes, shoes. There are sneakers in the world that cost over $2 million. Worn by basketball legends, covered in gold, or connected to iconic moments in history. These aren't just shoes, they're collectibles. People don't wear them. They lock them away like treasure. But the real question is why? Why do people spend so much money on these things? The answer is simple: status. In a world where everyone is trying to stand out, owning something rare becomes the ultimate power move. It tells the world, I'm different, I'm above. But here's where things take a darker turn. Some of the most expensive things in the world aren't even legal. There are black market items, rare artifacts, and forbidden objects that sell for millions. Stolen paintings, ancient relics, even dinosaur fossils. People are willing to break laws just to own something no one else can have. And this is where the line between luxury and obsession starts to blur. Because at some point, it's no longer about the object. It's about control. Imagine having so much money that you can buy anything. What would you do? Would you buy cars, houses, diamonds? Or would you start chasing things that money was never meant to buy? That's exactly what happens. There are people who spend millions just to go to space for a few minutes. Others spend fortunes on custom-built yachts that are basically floating cities. Some even invest in digital items, things that don't physically exist. Yes, we're talking about NFTs. Digital art pieces sold for millions, even though anyone can view them online. Sounds crazy, right? But again, it's about ownership. Not everything valuable has to be physical anymore. And this brings us to an interesting question. What actually makes something expensive? Is it rarity, history, materials, or just hype? Because if people are willing to pay millions for a digital image, then maybe value is just an illusion. But here's the most shocking part of all. Some of the most expensive things in the world are not objects. They are experiences. There are trips that cost millions, private tours of space, underwater hotels, dinners prepared by world-famous chefs in secret locations. These experiences are designed for one thing only: to create moments that money can't normally buy. Because in the end, even billionaires realize something important. Objects lose value, but memories don't. And maybe that's the real truth behind all of this. All these expensive things, cars, houses, diamonds, they're just symbols. Symbols of power, success, and sometimes insecurity. Because the more someone has, the more they feel the need to prove it. But let me ask you something. If you had unlimited money, what would you buy? Would you go for luxury, or would you choose something meaningful? Because at the end of the day, the most valuable things in life are the ones that can't be bought. Time, freedom, peace. And maybe that's something even the richest people in the world are still searching for.